That's right, superstar Billy Graham is in outer space with all the stars and all the planets. And at last, a poster that is truly original, combining the mystery and excitement of space with the power and force of muscle. And look at my new tag team partner, a saber-toothed tiger. Now, you know you could never pin the superstar in the ring, but now you can pin me to your wall and watch your room come alive. Now, here's your television announcer to tell you how to get it.
Just send $5.95 plus $1 for postage and handling to Superstar, Post Office Box 5238, Phoenix, Arizona 85010.
What volume for 135?
What price are you at?
It's like I'm blind. I can't see what's going on. I don't know what the market price is. The way they used to deal with it, if you needed something and you needed it now, it could take you hours, days.
When did the price change?
What is the real price?
Irmi, a quanto è la borsa di Chicago?
What is the real price?
The price was hidden, and it took an incredible amount of work to dig it out. Enron Online will change the markets for many, many commodities. It is creating an open, transparent marketplace that replaces the dark, blind system that existed. It is real simple. You turn on your computer, and it's right there. And if you want to do business, you push the button. That's our vision. We're trying to change the world.
Welcome to Surfing for Seniors, an introduction to the Internet. If you're not comfortable with your computer, you may need to play this tape and practice many times. The mouse is made to fit in the palm of your hand. Rest your hand on rounded top and push. You will see how the pointer on your screen moves around. It works similar to the game that you find at fairs, supermarkets, department stores, where all of the toys are inside the glass case. You have to maneuver the claw to pick up the toy inside the case. Since you cannot reach your hand inside the case, you must use the tool by maneuvering the lever. A mouse is somewhat the same. You can't reach inside the screen to move things in your computer, but you can use the mouse. Treat the mouse button as if it were hot, sort of like the potato in the game Hot Potato. You want to get rid of it or release it as soon as possible. Click them once and let go. Don't hang on them. It's time to find out how to get to your server. No, your server is not the waiter or waitress at your favorite coffee shop. The Internet is a huge collection of data which people have taken the time to enter into computers. If someone has not put the data into a computer somewhere and made it accessible through the Internet, you will not be able to get the information. It's the same as walking into the library and asking for a book. If the library does not own that book, they cannot lend it to you. No matter what subject you might be interested in, you're sure to find some tidbit of information about it within the Internet. In this program, we have chosen to get some more information about an embroidery style called Swedish Huck. First, let's type in embroidery and see where we get. Once you have typed in your subject, click on the search button. At this point, your Internet search engine is looking for information regarding embroidery. This may take some time, so be patient as your computer goes to work. Yahoo has found some information for you regarding embroidery. Just position your pointer over the underlined sentence that appeals to you.
Hey, how's it going? Is anybody here? I have no idea if people are here. I don't know who'd show up to this. Twitch is still a problem for me. It's still, so we're gonna just. I guess we're YouTube for a bit. Oh, that's funny. It's totally wrong way. Oh well, whatever. I guess I flipped it too far. Looks weird to me. Nobody else notices but me, but it still looks weird to me. So, okay, last time. Okay, fuck it. Looks like I moved. Looks like you're seeing a mirror version of me. Hope everybody's doing good. So, getting my drink, but it's in an awkward position, and I gotta do this to get it. Okay. Hopefully that's not too loud. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so what are we doing? Well, that was a good question, everybody. Mostly I need to... oh, wow, I just literally lost everybody. It's so awkward. I feel like I'm at a new party. It's more that I needed to, I wanted to do writing today, but writing is still not working on Twitch for reasons I don't fully understand, but I'm just gonna live with it. I tried to play a video game and that completely fucked up everything, apparently. So we're here on YouTube. You know, the place where I have such a extensive following. I wonder how it's the audio bad. It was kind of bad last time. It's good. Specifically, can't play Dan Romer, but I do like Dan Romer quite a bit.
pencil and a piece of paper. Why? Because it's...
No, there it is. I don't have these as well labeled. mute this and do some dictation. But feel free to talk. Nobody's here. Nobody cares.
A pencil and a piece of...
Okay, we have something. It's a good intro to this idea. It's a bigger idea than I'm letting on. It's more fantasy based. I should probably actually. They're actually not going to go down the Appalachian Trail, but that comes later. Literally nobody gonna come. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Just be me. Oh, it's no. Nope, I don't see it anywhere. Sorry. Is it here? Yep. Sorry, buddy. Can't find your ring. Oh, I think I saw them. Saw them just up the road there.
A pencil and a piece of paper. What?
It says right there, Sauron. Who is it? Who is it? Tell me who it is. Somebody cool. Oh, I already did. No? Is it no? No. Are you one of my Twitch followers? Adam? Is it Adam? Adam! Hey, buddy! How the heck is it going? Long time no see. How's it going, buddy? Boop, boop. So you're doing the Sauron bit? Oh, you're not Adam. Okay. Okay. Who else follows me? Good. Do I know you? Like, or we? Are you Adam? I'm confused. If you're Adam, nice seeing you again, Adam. If you're not, well, I'm sorry. Boy, don't know how to fix the weird. I don't know. No, we wouldn't want anything bad. Yeah, the Hobbits is. I actually, it's not like I have. One second. I should check something. Nope, they're not around. Couldn't find them. Terrible! This is your bit. Oh, hey, Terrible. How's it going? Or Sour One. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Good to see you. It's good. It is I don't know. I'm trying to think bigger. Oh, I'll give you a follow back then. I'm trying to think bigger. You know, it's just one of the things where you have, like... I don't know. Frustrated. I'm frustrated. I want to do something. Because Twitch streaming is acting up for some reason for me. That's the real answer. The Twitch studio had a total breakdown. It totally crashed on me, and it's not showing my screen anymore. And I don't know why. I don't know why it's not showing my screen anymore, and it's not showing my camera anymore. And I got tired of trying to fiddle with it to try and get it to work. So I said, you know what, screw it. I'll just stream on YouTube tonight. See how that goes. And maybe I can get up to 800 follows. I was at 800 follows for a little while, and then it went down. I don't know. That's my frustration. I don't know. So I'm just trying to think. I want to do something bigger with my newsletter. I want to start live stream. Not live stream. I want to start like publishing like longer articles. And I guess I just need to think of what those longer articles could be. I would have been quite surprised if you were Adam, by the way, because I kind of thought Adam was a little bit mad at me. How's your writing going, buddy? Would you believe that I actually do have a recreation of the One Ring? Thank you. Somewhere around here. And that's what I was legitimately looking for it. I don't know where it is though. Yeah. I'm just trying to I don't know. I'm trying to think bigger. And I don't know what bigger is necessarily. How's your writing going? I haven't seen you in a bit. Out in the center of the universe lies. Out in the center of the universe. How dare you? Out in the center of the universe. That's good. You know what I would love? If Google would stop asking. How do you mean exactly? Let me think. Yeah, it's unrealistic, but okay. I mean, there's Spider-Man. I mean, superhero comics. I don't think I've ever really handled that conversation all that well. Like with Super... Yeah. I don't know. Probably not. There is a guy in real life in Seattle who tried to be a superhero. This is a real thing. He and a group of his friends would walk around Seattle in superhero costumes, and they would mostly get into fights with drunks. Usually, and then he revealed himself to be an ex-MMA fighter. This was a real thing that happened. Usually they just kind of reveal themselves more than anything. Well, his reveal kind of tipped a little bit of a problem in that it turned out he was also a drug dealer. Like by day he would walk it was more by night he and his friends would walk around like getting into fights with drunks to stop them, and during the day he would sell drugs. It's a complicated story. I would say usually they just reveal themselves. What was that guy's name? It was like... Phoenix Jones. That was the fella's name. Phoenix Jones. There we go. Phoenix Jones. That works. What's funny is he had this kind of elaborate mask, and when he took it off, he had this huge hairstyle that would pop up immediately.
A pencil and a piece of paper. A pencil and a piece of paper. Why? Because it's Superstar Space Poster.
There we go. I keep accidentally clicking that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they didn't catch him until he just turned himself in, so I would say the real question is, it's like, are they a big enough news story that a lot of people will be searching for it? Because if it's just like a local concern, a few people may recognize them, but it's not going to be that big of a deal, and a lot of people really aren't going to go out looking for it. But if it's like, like they saved the world or something, then they'd probably get unmasked pretty soon because of that. And the other thing to think of it is, do you know off the top of your head the names of the guys who killed Osama bin Laden? In many ways, Osama bin Laden was a real life supervillain, and their names are out there. The name, I believe several of them have been revealed at this point. So there's that stuff. Even people who were involved in major things like that, their names really aren't recorded in history. See, I always, if I could go into just a brief rant about superheroes and the way they would work. I always kind of dislike this idea that superheroes would naturally be like the celebrities of their world. Because like we have people who do kind of like amazing things all the time that save a lot of lives, and we don't know them off the top of our heads. The reason we like celebrities usually is because they're entertainment that we invite into our lives. Like superheroes would be like, if superheroes were real, they would be on like news stories. There would be news stories about them. There would be followings about them, and maybe if they were popular enough, somebody would like make a TV show or a movie based around them. But like normal, like ground level superheroes that don't, aren't that famous probably wouldn't be that well known. I assume everybody in the world of like DC comic and in the DC universe knows who Superman and Batman are. But do you know like? But they wouldn't be like the thing that people would talk about all the time. Superman and Batman won't go on talk shows and chat. Batman doesn't go on talk shows and chat with people. So that's my general philosophy. Like, what do you talk to? Like, what would superheroes talk about, really? Like, in real life, like if we had them as people, like, what would they talk about? Would they? I imagine that in real life superheroes would actually be quite boring to talk to because they're kind of like meatheads who just like are good at fighting things most of the time. Yeah. Then that's the big question that pops up then, like, wow. Yeah, but it's like once it's like, yeah, I can fly. How is flying? I fly a lot. I see birds and I see ducks and I see owls and I see tops of buildings and it gets cold sometimes, so I have to wear a scarf. And sometimes it's not cold. What do you do? I have big muscles and am strong. Oh, how does that work out? Well, I pick things up that are quite heavy. Oh, really? Really? Yes. Like, I pick up car that is very heavy, and I can pick up even bigger car, and one time I pick up truck. But that was really heavy, so I put it down very quickly afterwards, but I pick it up first. Ah, yeah. That's like me when I'm flying. When I'm flying, sometimes I fly fast, but sometimes I fly slow. Yeah. One time, I pick up very heavy thing. That end of story. Oh, okay, cool. Cool, bro. Cool. I love that story. It's big. How big is it? It's very big. Like, really big. Like, as opposed to how small things are, it's big thing. This has been Discussions with Superheroes. This has been Superhero on Superheroes, where we invite two of the most prominent superheroes to discuss what's going on in that, to talk amongst themselves. Next week we have Water Guy, and Water Guy will be interviewing Ocean Guy. I like the ocean. I too like the ocean. Water is fun. I really like water. Who likes water? I like water. No, I love superheroes, but I would say just like, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's like, do we watch like police footage of like do we watch footage of police getting into shootouts with criminals a lot? No, not really. And I think that's, if superheroes were a common part of like law enforcement or what have you, I think that would be mostly that'd be like the position they end up in society. You know. And probably the real fights would be not as cinematic. It'd be like, you know, like a guy, one or two punches, and then that's all the guy experiences. Anyways. Superheroes as celebrities, I don't think is that great of an idea. Celebrity is a difficult thing to be, and usually it depends a lot on people's charisma. Well, all I'm saying is it depends. Like, are these like local guys? Yeah. Are these like? Yeah. But how are they responding earlier to that? Like, how are they responding to monsters before that? Yeah. This is the question you have to ask yourself. Okay, so they're local guys. So this would be like news locally, probably. Yeah. But were there like military responses? Were there military responses to this? How are local police fighting this? How is all this happening? Okay. But people aren't just like going to like not do anything. They'll, they'll have a response. Is the big question. Okay, so how are those people? How are those people received? That works. That works. So like, but they're being pretty responsive to all this stuff. So I mean, that would probably be a bigger deal. So here's what I would say. I would say they start fighting, and initially, people who know who the people would. Oh, I mean, no, that would just be a big deal if, like, you know, we've got all these monster attacks that are happening and nobody knows. You got all these monster attacks that are happening and nobody knows when to stop them or how, and then suddenly there's these people that, with perfect accuracy, could. Perfect accuracy begin to are able to stop them before they happen. That would be a big deal, right? That would be a pretty big deal. Here's what I would say. It would probably start out local. The people that would. Hey! The people that would know would know. The people that would know would know. This is Opus, by the way. It's like we're in an alternative universe. The people that would recognize the Cheeseman would recognize the Cheeseman, but they also probably wouldn't bother to mention it, just not out of a desire to keep the secret, but, you know, just people, that's just kind of how it works. But as their fame keeps growing, more and more people start to recognize them, and then it becomes sort of an open secret in the local community, and then probably after a while, internationally, it would get known. After a while, if they keep having success, nationally, it would get known. Oh, Sauron is terrible. Is a terrible novelist. Also, Sauron is the main villain in The Lord of the Rings. And that's kind of my theory on what would happen. So, it wouldn't be like just immediately everybody would know who the superheroes are. It would be like people would continue, their identities would get kind of continuously revealed and further on until pretty much everybody knew who they were. So Sauron is terrible, and Monkey here is Brooklyn Cup Opus. It's like we're in an alternative universe. I'm the only one who bothered to keep the names consistent. Broken teacup opus. Okay, here's a question for everybody. What do you think about alternative universes? Or alternative history? Well, that works. Okay. I've gotten super in. I was pretty into them. I've been trying to think of. Yeah. Well, we're not talking about those types of alternate universes. We're talking about let's create alternate histories. Asking the question, what if something happened? And what if something in history changed? And what would happen to the entire world? Because of that. Anybody see Man in the High Castle on Amazon? That's kind of a basic one. Historical fan fiction in a way, because we're putting characters into different situations. Yeah, the book is much better, obviously. But okay, I was trying to appeal to the mass audiences. I don't know. I really want to write one. I'm thinking about trying to write one for a while. So Opus, how's it going? How dare you try and write a book? Don't you know that everything's about TikTok now? Sauron. We're all trying to make TikToks. I thought it would be kind of fun to try and build an alternative history. I had an idea, or they can be fun settings when you think it through a little bit. for storytelling. Exactly. Well, we can only do it through TikTok. I had an idea. Yeah. I had an idea once for an alternative history setting where... okay, so the basic idea was that it's the 1940s, and Nikola Tesla, the great inventor, is in an effort to help the Allies win World War II, is given an unlimited budget by the U.S. government, and manages to invent a way to terraform planets. And it's a slow but anxious process, but with enough time, dedicated time, we can slowly begin to terraform planets. And the U.S. government decides to do this first on the moon. And the moon slowly but progressively transforms into a frontier Wild West sort of land. That forms a unique culture, separate. So basically, cowboys on the moon. That a lot of like the degenerates. So instead of so the frontier never closes. It just travels to the moon, and that it's a setting. It's a setting, but that's kind of a broad one. Like there's stuff like you can get realistic with it or get kind of fun with it. Anyways, a lot of them because we're cowboys on the moon. Moon boys. So, and obviously this means that every single thing gets replaced by moons. Moon cowboy hats, moon men, moon women. Well, it's moon pie. It's moon pie made on the moon. So, tell me, what's everybody's favorite cartoon? That's a good answer. That's the right answer. That's a good answer. Come on, you can do this. You can do this. I believe in you, Terrible. I believe you can tell me what your favorite cartoon is. We all believe. Believe in you. You can do it. You can do it. South Park is pretty good. That makes sense. That makes sense. Should we do some writing, guys? Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. No, not really. I should. Oh boy, I'm gonna be leaving. Oh boy. In 3 days, I'm leaving to go to Canada. So. Do have to get some writing done. My aunt's having her 50th wedding anniversary, so we're all gonna go. Saskatchewan. Boring. I know it's terribly boring. So, yeah, I'm happy to do it. They're nice people, my family up there. I'm gonna see my cousin Catherine. She had a kid. I'm gonna meet him for the first time. Yep, it's a hard name to pronounce. It's... yeah, sure. I mean, they're nice people, and it'll be nice to see them again. No, he would be my first cousin once removed. That's what he is. You're... Sure. Your cousin's kid, it's your first cousin, was removed. Yes, thank you. Yeah. I just call them cousins. Okay, so that's a little confusing, isn't it, right? But that's what it is, essentially. Do you, here's how I finally figured out how it all works. Your cousins are people who you share a grandparent with. who you share grandparents with. That's your cousins. Anybody you share grandparents with are your cousins. That you each share a pair of, you share a set of grandparents. A grandparent with is your cousin. And anybody you share great grandparents with, that's your second cousin. Anybody you share great grandparents with, that's your third cousin. So my cousin Catherine, she's from my mom's side, so I share 2 grandparents with her. Whereas I don't know any of my second cousins. Does that make sense? Or you take like somebody like say like Queen Elizabeth and her husband Prince Philip. They each share a pair of great grandparents. So that makes them third cousins. No, they're third cousins. And to be fair, a lot of royals are pretty inbred. Well, okay. Okay, so if an aunt marries your... Yeah, this always gets into good discussions. Okay, so if an aunt marries your third cousin, marries her third cousin. Okay, so they would both be your first... the child of those people would be both your first cousin would be your first cousin, and your third cousin once removed. Because if your third cousin has a kid and their kids are your third cousin once removed. No, kid. It means generation apart. So, any of your cousin's kids, that's one generation apart. So that's your first. Anytime your cousin has a kid, that's your first cousin once removed, and their kids will be your first cousin two times removed. But that also applies to, like, say, third cousin. So if your third cousin has a kid, they're your third cousin once removed. Yes. Do you see? Exactly. 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 That's how it works. It's very complicated and confusing, right? But they're your cousins. They're all your cousins still. Okay. Other fun facts. Twins. Twins form unique. Catherine, we text. We were the closest in age to each other as kids. She's only 2 years older than me, so we were very close when we were kids. And you know, so she's probably the cousin in many ways I'm the closest to. I'm not. I think her husband is kind of a loser. But that's neither here nor there. But I love her enough that I will put up with thinking that. Listen, there's no thing out there that says you have to like the partner of your family. You do have to be nice to them, you do, because it's ultimately like not your decision, but they're adults, they get to pick their partners. You don't have any say in that. Yeah. Exactly. You do have to be like nice though. Like it's you shouldn't be a dick. I mean, not all, but because it's not your life and you don't really get to make the decision. There is something so frustrating about when people get older and they get in relationships that eventually they become like a duo, and like you have to hang out with this person that you don't really care about to hang out with the person you actually like. I think that a lot about my friends and their relationships. Oh, I have several friends. Drives me fucking crazy. Anytime we ever hung out, they would insist on bringing their like romantic partners. I'm like, are you guys like so fucking attached at the hip that you can't leave home the other for a night just so that we could go to dinner? Hate that. I hate when people do that. I hate when people insist on bringing like the significant other with them every time. Oh, by the way, not the guy. By the way, our pool boy is not your guy. He doesn't have a beard. I just thought it was funny because you were talking about a blonde guy who lives around here, and I'm like, oh, he would be, and I was looking at him, and I was like, oh, he would be about Opus's age. I wonder if that's the guy Opus was talking about, but he doesn't have a beard, so. No, he doesn't have a beard, so it's not your guy. I thought it would be kind of a funny coincidence. Okay. Right? Yeah. Well, no, he still has his hair. Yeah, it would be one of those. I don't know it. My mom is the one who talks to him. I've never really. I get it. I don't know his name. I feel so... I get nervous talking to people. My mom is the one who talks to him. Is that like the most like bougie thing of me ever that I don't know my pool boy's name? Listen, he's a big, strong, young lad, and I often see him just as I am laying. I'm sitting in a comfy chair watching television, and I get a little bit in my head about talking to him because I'm like, oh, he's like, oh, look at this rich loser, and I'm like, yes. I know, but it's what I get. It's the thought process that crosses my head. Yeah, it's hard to talk to people. I am very hungry. I'm going to go downstairs and see what food we have. I'll be back in a minute. Okay.
A pencil and a piece of paper. Why? Because the Superstar Space Poster has arrived, and in just a few seconds, your television announcer is going to give you my address and tell you how to get it. That's right, Superstar Billy Graham is in outer space with all the stars and all the planets. And at last, a poster that is truly original, combining the mystery and excitement of space with the power and force of muscle. And look at my new tag team partner, a saber-toothed tiger. Now, you know you can never pin the superstar in the ring, but now you can pin me to your wall and watch your room come alive. Now, here's your television announcer to tell you how to get it.
Just send $5.95 plus $1 for postage and handling to Superstar. Post Office Box 5238, Phoenix, Arizona 85010.
What volume for 135?
138. What price are you at?
It's like I'm blind. I can't see what's going on. I don't know what the market price is. The way they used to deal with it, if you needed something and you needed it now, it could take you hours, days.
When did the price change?
Is the real price? What is the real price?
Irmi, a quanto è la borsa di Chicago?
What is the real price?
The price was hidden, and it took an incredible amount of work to dig it out. Enron Online will change the markets for many, many commodities. It is creating an open, transparent marketplace that replaces the dark, blind system that existed. It is real simple. You turn on your computer, and it's right there. And if you want to do business, you push the button. That's our vision. We're trying to change the world.
Welcome to Surfing for Seniors, an introduction to the Internet. If you're not comfortable with your computer, you may need to play this tape and practice many times. The mouse is made to fit in the palm of your hand. Rest your hand on rounded top and push. You will see how the pointer on your screen moves around. It works similar to the game that you find at fairs, supermarkets, department stores, where all of the toys are inside the glass case. You have to maneuver the claw to pick up the toy inside the case. Since you cannot reach your hand inside the case, you must use the tool by maneuvering the lever. A mouse is somewhat the same. You can't reach inside the screen to move things in your computer, but you can use the mouse. Treat the mouse button as if it were hot, sort of like the potato in the game Hot Potato. You want to get rid of it or release it as soon as possible. Click them once and let go. Don't hang on them. It's time to find out how to get to your server. No, your server is not the waiter or waitress at your favorite coffee shop. The internet is a huge collection of data which people have taken the time to enter into computers. If someone has not put the data into a computer somewhere and made it accessible through the internet, you will not be able to get the information. It's the same as walking into the library and asking for a book. If the library does not own that book, they cannot lend it to you. No matter what subject you might be interested in, you're sure to find some tidbit of information about it within the internet. In this program, we have chosen to get some more information about an embroidery style called Swedish Huck. First, let's type in embroidery and see where we get. Once you have typed in your subject, click on the search button. At this point, your internet search engine is looking for information regarding embroidery. This may take some time, so be patient as your computer goes to work. Yahoo has found some information for you regarding embroidery. Just position your pointer over the underlined sentence that appeals to you and click. You have now started your surfing journey. Now it's time for some real net surfing. This time, we will enter Swedish embroidery, surrounded by quote marks. Wait a few seconds and voila! A title on Swedish Huck embroidery appears. Select the print icon and soon you'll be able to pick up a copy of the screen from your printer. And that's all there is to it. This video will help you get started. There's still lots more to learn. We hope you've enjoyed your first surfing experience.
Earlier we talked to Jumpin' Jeff Farmer. Let's go now to that interview. Folks, there's Jumpin' Jeff Farmer. Jeff, a while back, what a match you had with Motley.
Yep. Probably the hardest match I ever had in my life. But I don't like it when things aren't going my way. Motley Cruz, you turn the tables on me. You turn the tables in a wrong way. You got me mad now. I've stood around, I've listened to everything you had to say. I did everything necessary. But when you turn around and you backstab me one way or another, and you cheat me out of what's rightfully mine, that's when I get angry. Now I'm the one doing the challenging. I'm issuing a challenge to you, Motley Cruz. Get in the ring with me. This time, I'm going full force.
Today's business thought. Global network access, good. Massive security breach, bad. Preventing the former from becoming the latter, WorldCom. Want confidence? You'll find the path very clearly marked. WorldCom, the leader in globally managed VPN solutions on the world's most scalable global IP network. WorldCom.
Hi, kids. It's me, Ronald McDonald, and I'm on the set of my very first motion picture ever. It's a movie called Mac and Me, and it stars my little friend from outer space here. His name is Mac, and I want to introduce you to him. Mac? Anybody seen Mac? Where'd he go?
Paging Ronald McDonald.
Well, listen, I've got to go now.
You're wanted in makeup.
Makeup? Me?
Folks, Folks, there's Motley Crue.
That's right, Mr. Buddy Lee. It is Motley Crue. Jeff Farmer, look at me, son. Look in these eyes. You know by now there ain't nobody at home that never was. Now, son, you got lucky one time. One single time. You did something that not many people have ever done, and that's beat me in the middle of squared circle. You got lucky one time, that is. Once. Once is not a lifetime, son. Once is not forever. Next time I see you, next time that you decide that you want to go somewhere or you want to be out partying with your babe, you look behind you. Look, make sure that Motley's not there. Make sure I'm not around, son, because when I see you, you're going down, and it don't matter where it's at, squared circle or not. Here, Mr. Buddy.
With the swiftness of a deadly cosmic ray, the Earth is invaded by indestructible moon monsters. Their ghastly mission, death for all humans. What astounding technical developments are being made to protect mankind? Robot Monster brings you an actual preview of the devastating forces of our future. Unsuspected revelations of incredible horrors that will terrify you with their brutal reality.
There is no escape from me. Very well. I will recalculate. Your death will be indescribable. Fool humans, there is no escape.
This was Dale, the city of golden bells, in the time of Middle-earth, before men came to power and ruined magic forever. And this is the Arkenstone of old, the white heart of the mountain, the central treasure of all the vast treasures of this golden realm. Suddenly, it was all destroyed by the monster lizard Slag the Terrible. Slag, the agent of evil on Earth. And he dragged off the treasures of Dale, even the Arkenstone itself. Only 3 survived the flames, a watchman who slept when the dragon came creeping, Torin Oakenshield, general of the now destroyed garrison of Dale, and Princess Mika Milovana, who sadly watched the crumbling ashes of the once golden realm. Gandalf, whispered General Oakenshield. Only the great wizard Gandalf can help us now. Three ragged and weary survivors of Dale, the burned city of golden bells, came to the lonely tower of Gandalf the Grey. So it has come to pass, said the great wizard, that Dale has been destroyed by Slag, and that he nests on the treasure in the carved halls under Lonely Mountain, just as it is written in the great book. Then it is clear that the time has come, the time of the Hobbit. Far away from all the troubles of dragons and treasure lived a certain hobbit. Like all hobbits, he lived in a hole in the ground. It was a very comfortable hole, full of everything needed for a cozy, secure life. A far different sort of life than that of his great-great-great-great-grand hobbit. This settled and satisfied hobbit was named Bilbo Baggins, and he didn't know that his time had come. All at once they were there, eating his food, shouting for more, filling the air with terrifying words about dragons, fire, stolen gold, and death. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you are all talking about, cried Bilbo Baggins. We are talking about you, said the wizard Gandalf. You are the chosen dragon killer. You shall lead this group over the impassable Barricade Mountains, through the impenetrable Mirkwood Forest, across the poisonous desolation of Slag, to Lonely Mountain itself, wherein the horrid creature lies. You must creep into the deepest great chamber of the old jewel mines of Dale and kill the fire-spitting dragon Slag. A fascinating story, said the small hobbit. And now, if you have all finished your breakfasts, it's been a great pleasure to meet you, and I wish you lots of luck and all speed. But it is written in the prophecies, said General Torrin Oakenshield. We cannot go without you. Then don't go at all, shouted Bilbo. Leave that old dragon be. The princess was furious and impatient with all this talk. Mr. Baggins, she shouted, that dragon has killed my father and all of my people. He has burned to ashes my golden land of Dale. Now he sits on our treasures and waits his time to strike other lands, maybe even here. If you are all afraid, then I shall go alone. Bilbo was shocked. He shouted at Gandalf, but this is crazy. She's only a child. You can't let her face this journey, that dragon, alone. Correct. The great wizard agreed. I'm glad you see it at last, dear Bilbo. You can start first thing in the morning. And so they set out to follow the ancient map. Leaving the comforts of Hobbiton behind and carrying barely enough food for the usual Hobbit between-meal snack, the conscripted dragon slayer and the 3 survivors of Dale struggled across the great barricades. Gandalf the Grey watched from his own distance. He knew well what terror waited along this craggy path. A crushed cabin burns a stolen lamb to feed groans, hungry brutes with skin as thick as bark. But people meat is their favorite food. The legends say that groans must be in their caves before sunrise, or they'll surely turn into dry trees rooted to the ground forever. But there was a long night ahead, and this puny lamb would serve only as an appetizer as the unsuspecting travelers approached. The smell of roasting lamb was too much for the starving hobbit, but the others, being bigger and even hungrier, knocked him spinning into a hollow log. In no time at all, the 3 were tied to the roasting spit. But the second groan was angry that the first had burned the lamb and demanded that the new victim should be boiled instead of roasted. The first groan furiously knocked the spit from the flames and shouted that the second should be happy to have people flesh at all. Now the hobbit saw that he might save the others if he could just keep the brutish groans fighting among themselves. He was a good mimic, and he hoped the hollow log would amplify his small voice. The second groan's lips didn't move, but his voice seemed to shout, "No stupid ape like you can tell me how to eat my food." "Who are you calling stupid, you ugly knothead?" roared the first. Soon the dull-witted groans forgot all about their dinner and were busily trying to kill one another. They fought and cursed each other through the night till the first rays of the sun caught them by surprise. Bilbo had tricked them, and now they would be rooted to this spot forever. 2 less groans and 2 more gnarled dead trees. As they moved forward again across the great barricades, the survivors had a new opinion of their small hobbit dragon slayer. Perhaps he might prove useful after all, thought Torrin Oakenshield. Then, suddenly, Bilbo was gone. Down through a crevasse with a soundless scream as the others trudged on. Down past the chewed rock tunnels of the hateful Grablins who kill and eat only for spite. Down to the roots of the mountain. Down to where there is none but gloom. Unremembered years before, a weak and rejected creature found what Gandalf the Grey still seeks, the one ring of power. He had crept into the inky depths to hide it here, on this black isle where the hobbit had now fallen, and he had cringed with his ring, alone, in the dark so long that he could speak only to his miserable self, Gollum. What horrid little nasty has come to steal our ring, my precious? We must squeeze it till it dies, yes? We durstn't let it take our dearest ring, Gollum. Bilbo did have the ring. Magically, the One Ring of Power had found its true bearer. It was Bilbo Baggins the Hobbit. He felt the ring's power, that it might help him against the dragon Slag. Bilbo made a mighty leap on his broad hobbit feet, clear to the shore, and darted up the nearest tunnel as fast as he could go. Curse him and crush him, wailed Gollum. We must catch the tricksy thief before it reaches the outside. And the wretched thing waddled right past Bilbo, who of course didn't know the way out, but who guessed that Gollum did. And Gollum led him through the only tunnel unknown to the evil Grablins, and directly into the blessed sunlight. So Bilbo was able to rejoin his companions who had crossed the tops of the mountains, and they faced together the next obstacle on their long journey, Mirkwood Forest. Entering Mirkwood was like plunging into a sea of trees and being unable to come up for air. An eternal end.
Hello! How's it going? Oh. Hey, how's it going? I decided to make myself some food, so I'll make myself a quick little dinner. Not great, kind of overcooked it. I accidentally put too much sauce in one, but a lot more energy now. Okay, so the thought process is, I feel very welcomed. How's your writing going, by the way, Opus? You know, it's funny. I know you as, Opus, but it's on here. I have the I want to call you Monkey, just because that's the name I see. Anyways, yeah, it was okay. I kind of burnt it, but whatever. It was protein, and that's good enough. Not particularly sad. So, it's fine. It was fine. I just wanted something to eat. Sometimes when you're really tired, there's nothing better than just like eating something quick. So the question is, what do we do now? Okay. Did you like Gravity Falls? Gravity. Good show, right? Yeah. I've been thinking about it. I have a terrible... I want to rip it off. There is a lot we could do. Yeah. I've long had an idea of, I want to try and sort of do maybe it's a great theme song. I love that style so much. I love that, like, you know, there's a certain fun, like, mysticism or fantasy of, like there's the Americana, like, Northwest fantasy I've been thinking about a lot, where it's like, you know, like, the Pacific Northwest has, like, a lot of, like, strange things attached to it, like myths and stuff attached to it. Yeah, but I'm gonna rip it off. I don't want to write a fan fiction. I want to rip Opus. I want to do the noble things of stealing an idea. We're noble thieves now. The most noble of professions. Yeah, that's what I mean. Well, it's a little... I was thinking of doing, like, a Southern Gothic version of Gravity Falls. About maybe, like, a grown-up Dipper and Mabel coming back. The most noble of professions, the thief, the noble, beloved thief, who nobly steals things from other people and passes them off as, yeah. So I was, okay. So that's I was kind of thinking of that. Like, instead of Portland, it's Texas. Instead of Oregon, it's we do Texas, just because I know Texas more than Oregon. I've never been to Oregon. I want to see that. I'd like to see that. But I'd also like to see it. I'd like to change it just enough so I don't get in trouble, so I can pass it off as my own original work. Like the most noble of professions do, the thief. Yeah. Do you know that the chupacabra isn't that old of a thing? It's from the 90s and it's from Puerto Rico. And it all starts because a lady just saw a movie and got confused. But yes, we would definitely do a chupacabra. Or, yeah, no, chupacabra. Chupacabra is a fairly, oh, come on, don't do that. Is fairly new. The first reported, in 1975, a series of livestock killings in the small town of Mocha, Puerto Rico, were attributed to El Vampiro de Mocha, the vampire of Mocha. Initially, it was suspected the killings were committed by a satanic cult. satanic cult. Later, more killings were reported around the island, and many farmers reported the loss of animal life. Each of the animals reported to have had its head and body bled dry. The first reported attack eventually to actual chupacabras happened in March 1995. 8 sheep were discovered dead in Puerto Rico, each of them with puncture wounds in chest. A few months later, in August, an eyewitness named Milena Talento reported seeing a creature in Puerto Rico in town. Puerto Rican comedian is credited with concluded that the description given by the original eyewitnesses in Puerto Rico was based on the creature Syl from the 1995 science fiction horror movie film Species. The alien creature Syl is nearly identical to her chupacabra eyewitness account, and she had seen the movie before her report. Radford revealed that she believed that the creatures and events she saw in Species were happening in reality in Puerto Rico at the time. Yeah. So that's where chupacabra comes from. It's a Puerto Rican lady saw the movie Species and got really confused. And Species is quite a bad movie. It's kind of just softcore porn in a lot of ways. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty surreal. So, I had this idea for a scene, and I don't know where to include it. I don't know. I want to write it, but I don't know how to include it in. So, and I'm just trying to think of a kind of a justification to include it. And I'm struggling a little bit. So I had a few ideas, like they go to the town that older Mabel. Obviously, Gravity Falls at some point is going to get adapted into a movie series, and that's going to be the exact premise. Mabel and Dipper come back to Gravity Falls as young adults, and they get involved with supernatural shenanigans again. Like, that is so obviously going to be a Disney movie. Disney is so obviously going to want to do that at some point. It'll be probably kind of bad. Oh, okay. Okay, it's sort of a surreal Okay. So I've had this image in my head for a couple of years. Involves a person, and they're wandering through the woods, and they encounter a deer that is clear and made of some sort of crystal or glass, but it moves like a normal deer. So the person follows this crystalline deer into a cave to see where it's coming from and what it is. And slowly, as they follow the deer, they find this vortex, and the deer slowly moves down this vortex, and then the person follows it, and then but it becomes too hot to pursue the deer much further as they go further and further down, and they return to the surface. That's the basic premise. So I was trying to figure out a way to contrive a way to connect it all together, and I hadn't thought of an idea yet. What are some names that you like? What was I thinking? Yeah, what are some names that you like? Henry is a good name. My dad always liked the name Henry. Okay, we should get some writing done. Sorry for being distracting. No responses all to my little scene lit idea. I don't know. I just liked the image. I don't know. When I was younger, I used to like. My favorite thing was trying to come up with sort of surreal imagery. I miss that. I miss the writer I used to be. Where I was more experimental and wanted to create. Oh, thank you. When you were in school, did they make you read As You Like It? It's a Shakespeare play. I'm really scatterbrained too today. I really am. Yeah. 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 Did they make you read As You Like It? Really, it's really. Yeah. See, it always frustrates me with how they teach Shakespeare, because I think, like, people, like young people especially, would like that sort of would really like As You Like It. We didn't read it to college, and it's a really fun play. Also, probably what Richard II is also one that they don't ever do much anymore, and that's considered maybe one of his most beautifully written plays. They did Romeo and Juliet, right? No, they usually don't. Yeah. Well, so the thing is, the reason they do Romeo and Juliet should be pretty obvious, because it's one of his few plays about teenagers, where teenagers are the main stars. That's why they do Romeo and Juliet. They do try somewhat to find books that maybe young people would be interested in. Stuff young people would be interested in. But they also have to balance it with, like, classics that they feel you should read. Like, that's why they like Catcher in the Rye, because it's about a young person. Okay, no problemo. God, I'm so distracted today. I really am. I'm just so not there in my head right now. Probably should just... Okay. Should write something. Focus, focus, focus. Okay, have to focus. Welcome back. God, I'm so distracted today. I'm so all over the place. It's hard to focus. I don't know. It's like, the problem is you want to do everything. And every day only has so much time that you can dedicate to stuff. And I guess I just don't. I guess I just don't have the time. The moment. But I want to, darn it. I want to so badly. Yes, but we can only do one. We can only do one thing every day. Okay, we should do something. Do something fun, do something amazing. Do something that will change the world in and of itself. But what? Maybe we'll just call it here. I clearly have nothing. I don't have anything. Some days you just don't have stuff. I think I'm gonna call it here. Come back. We'll try this again tomorrow. Okay. Sound good to everybody?